Hello everyone. Today in this lesson we're talking about polynomials. Let's start with a very simple example and then we can understand more and more. Let's start. First of all, polynomials, it means we have expressions. We have many different expressions. Before we start, let me start with a very important idea that we have to all keep it in our mind. When we see x plus x, we can consider it as apple plus apple. It's equal to 2 apples. Okay, so x plus x, it's 2x. How about when we have x squared plus x squared? It is the same, it is 2x squared. So how do we know that the terms are like terms? If we have x with x, for example, with 2x, 3x, negative 17x, etc. Or for example, if we have x squared, 3x squared, 1/2 x squared, etc. So in this case, we can say these are like terms. Like terms that when we have the same variable with the same exponent. Let's start if we have x plus 3 plus 2x plus 4 equals. So how do we understand or how do we start with combining like terms? Let's see. Combining like terms. So here we have x with 2x. So it's going to be x plus 2x. Let's say something very important. For any x, it's equal to 1x. Okay, so x plus 2x, it is 3x. Plus, I'm gonna take the constant parts or the constant terms, the constant numbers, which them the numbers without any variable. So we have here 3 with 4. So I'm gonna take them together. 3 plus 4, it's 7. So this is the simplest form. We cannot simplify it anymore. 3x plus 7. Don't say that we can do one more step is to, like, for example, add the 3x with the 7. We cannot. We cannot because this is term and this is totally different term. They are not like terms. Why? Because this term has variable and this term it doesn't. Let's jump or let's try to solve another example. How about if we have x squared plus 3x plus 4x squared plus 2x plus 7. By the way, it is a polynomial. We are just combining like terms and trying to give the simplest form. It is not an equation. We're not trying to find the value of x. It is only we are combining like terms and writing the polynomial or the final answer in the simplest form. So here we go. What do we have here? We have x squared. We're going to take it with 4x squared. X squared with 4x squared, as we said before, we said here x, it is 1x. And I'm gonna say the same for the x squared, it is 1x squared. So for any x or any variable which doesn't have any coefficient, coefficient is the number which is before the variable. This 4, we name it the coefficient. So here there's no coefficient, so it means it is 1. So let's combine them or like simplify them. So x squared plus 4x squared, it is 5x squared. Now, what do we have? Else, we have 3x with 2x. Why do we take them together? Because they both have x. Since they both have x, which is the same variable, so we can take them together. So I'm going to add the coefficients. 3 plus 2, it is 5. So it is 5x. And we actually notice that we have this number by itself, which is the 7. So what do we do with the 7? There's no other constant number, so I'm going to take it by itself. So I'm going to put plus 7 as it is. So what is the simplest form of our polynomial? It is 5x squared plus 5x plus 7. Now, let's start by solving different examples. I'm going to start with this example. It's a very simple polynomial. We have to simplify it. So the question you're gonna see is simplify the polynomial. Simplifying the polynomial, it means combining like terms. Even if they don't mention in the question to combine like terms, you have to know by saying or by reading the question, combine like terms or simplify the polynomial, you can directly understand that you have to combine like terms. I'm going to start. It's better to start with the highest degree. The highest degree, what do I mean by the degree? It's the power here. It's the exponent. So we all know what does the exponent mean. What does it mean? It's the power here. So x to the power of 2 or x squared. So I'm going to take the highest degree. It is square or 2. So I'm going to take the like terms. 2x squared plus 3x squared, they are 5x squared. What else? We have 4x with what? With negative 5x. So 4x minus 5x. We have to keep in our mind how do we add and subtract integers. Here we are actually adding integers, so with opposite sign. So opposite sign subtract. So I'm going to take negative or minus 1x, which is actually 1x, it is x. Okay, let's keep going. What do we have else? We have the two constant numbers, which them negative 11 plus 3. So in a very simple way, opposite sign, subtract. So it is negative 11 plus 3, it is negative 8. This is actually the simplest form, but we can do one more step just to organize and write the expression in the standard form. Standard form. So the standard form means like we just simplify the polynomial and write it in the simplest form, and we have to arrange the degrees from the highest to lowest. This is second degree, first degree, 0. There's no degree here since there's no what, no variable. So I'm gonna just rewrite it. It's already arranged, so it is 5x squared. The only one step I'm gonna do is to write the 1x as x, so minus x minus 8. So this is the simplest form. It is 5x squared minus x minus 8. So what did we do? We simplified this polynomial to get this one. It is now written in the simplest form. We cannot add anymore. We cannot simplify anymore. Let's see this example. So if I ask you about the degree of this polynomial before we start, you have to check the highest degree. What is it? It's 3. So it is in the third degree. So it is better to start, as I said before, in the previous example, it's better to start with the highest degree. So what do we have? We have negative 5x cubed. Cubed, it means to the power of 3. So negative 5x cubed minus 2x cubed. So I'm going to take them together. Here, again and again, we are adding integers. Adding integers, we have to mind the signs. We have negative, negative. So it is same sign add. So it is negative 7x cubed. Don't forget when you add the like terms, we keep the term as it is, I mean the variable. So it is x cubed, and we just add what? We add the numbers. Add or subtract. Subtract depends on on their signs. So it is negative 7x cubed. What do we have now? Tell me. So we actually have, yes, negative 11x with positive 15x. Actually, they have opposite signs, so opposite signs subtract. Don't forget to put the or to take the sign of the greater number. So it is 15, so it's positive. So I'm going to take positive. 15 minus 11, it's 4. And don't forget to keep the x. Just a very quick check. Do we have any other term that we didn't use? No. Actually, we used all the terms. To make sure that it's written in the standard form, is it actually written in the standard form? Yes, because we have the highest degree, then the lowest degree. By the way, there's no x squared. Is it okay? Yes. Not necessary to have all the degrees, okay? And we don't have the zero. We don't have a constant number. So this is the simplest form and the final answer. Let's talk about this example. Here we go. Here we have many different degrees or many different exponents, different terms. So let me ask you, what do you think? From where we should start? We can start from anywhere, but as I said before, it's better to start from the highest degree, which is actually here degree of 4. So it's in the fourth degree. So I'm going to say negative 17x to the power of 4 plus 14x to the power of 4. I'm going to take them together. Look at the coefficients. Again, the coefficient is the number which is before the x in the same term. So I have a negative 17 plus 14. Opposite sign subtract. So we take the higher sign, negative. So it's negative 3x to the power of what? To the power of 4. Because as I said before, we just take the same term or the same variable with its exponent. Let's jump. What do we have after 4? It's a 3. There's no x to the power of 3. Let's check x to the power of 2. Yes, we have. So 16x to the power of 2. It's the only term which has x squared. So I'm going to write it down. It's plus 16x squared. Okay, what do we have else? Now let's check the what? Yes, the negative 20x. It's the only x, or it's the only term which has actually x. So I'm gonna write it down, just drop it down. So it's negative 20x. Do we have any other terms that we didn't use? No. So actually I'm done. Now I wrote the polynomial in the simplest form. Very good. So actually, this is the very simple idea. I'm gonna stop the video here, guys. And I'm gonna just put in the comments a very simple example. You can reply and solve it in your own after watching the video. Write in the comments if you feel of or if you have any comments about the video or if you didn't understand any part so I can answer your question. Good luck. Have a nice day.